Well, once again, Aspire members, it's time for a rundown of our June board meeting. And as usual, I'm here with our president, Stephanie. And yeah, it's like the end of June.
I know.
Where did it go?
Away with the rest of the months, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We're over halfway through this year already.
I understand that.
So,
we just crossed the Rubicon for our fiscal cycle, and I can't believe it. So anyway, what's going on?
Well, Friday at the last board meeting in June, we had our forms committee did a presentation with the vacant land purchase agreement. That has now officially been updated as well.
We'll talk about that here in a little bit, right?
Yep.
Then we had another presentation.
Kevin Klein, our community business representative, did a presentation about the airport to us as well. And I think everybody in the room, and if you were watching on Zoom, everybody learned something new.
Yes.
There's a Michigan Airport Zoning Act. And according to that, if you're within a 10-mile radius of an airport, you have to check yes on those seller's disclosures.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's the seller to decide to check. But it's not just airports, it's gravel pits and some other things there too.
Farming operations,
that sort of thing. It's already on our form.
Yes.
But just in case anybody wants to look it up to check this, it's Act 23 of 1950, and it was amended in 2009, according to Kevin. Then he also mentioned Act 92 of 1993, which is the requirement for the disclosure, right?
Yep, which is, and you have to, if you're going to check yes, you are within a 10-mile radius of that airport.
Yep, which means basically all of Traverse City is within this airport zone. And I would recommend that all of our members become familiar with this in case they get questions about it, because if you live out west of town like I do, and I'm on the flight path for incoming aircraft and stuff like that, your buyer might want to know that.
And then as you get closer to the airport, there's different density.
Different zones.
Regarding the zones. There's 4 takeoff zones. So it's, or landing actually, takeoff and landing.
Takeoff and landing.
So it's very interesting when you start looking at that aspect of it, something that we need to be aware of.
And he wanted us to be aware of it because all of the talk about the housing initiatives around the area, including out in the rural areas where the grass strips and stuff are, those can all be impacted by what you can and cannot do, determined by the FAA. So this is really an important thing, and oftentimes, overlooked. A lot of this was a surprise to all of us sitting at the table, and I want to thank Kevin for taking the time to go through all of that, and then also giving us an update on what's happening at the airport with the new airline coming in, Sun Country. So now we've got, 5 airlines that are serving Traverse City, and we were also surprised that we're the second busiest airport in the state, even more per capita than Grand Rapids. So that says a lot about who's coming to our corner of the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So August 24th.
Yes.
Golf outing at the Bear.
At the Bear.
At Grand Traverse Resort.
Yes.
Early sign-up ended July 1st. And so now it's up to $150 per participant. So get your team, get in there.
Get in there. It's always a great time. Everybody always has really a lot of respect for the golf courses out there at Grand Traverse Resort. And I'm not a golfer, but I'm told the Bear is like the most strenuous course out there. So,
yeah, it's the Wolverine.
And I'm corrected that it's the Wolverine.
It's okay.
That's okay.
I was out there last Sunday with John Roth, Representative Ross golf outing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
A couple of us were playing for Michigan Realtors.
Well, I qualified that I don't know anything about golf, so there I'm okay. I'm in the clear.
You're okay.
All right.
You got it.
Okay.
So we also just added a few new members to some of our committees. Melissa Laraway is joining the Sustainability.
That is correct.
And Ben Williams is going to be joining our Membership Committee and Education Committee.
Yes. So they were approved by the board, and they will be joining us in the committee meetings. The residential buy-sell and vacant land agreements, the board also determined that those shall be copyright. And this is an important factor because in the past we've had some real issues with this. Most people know what a copyright means, right? That you can't change it without express written permission by the people who originated it, and they may not give you permission to change it. Therefore, you have to use it as is. And we all know that people go in there and change the language and stuff like that. Some even put their logo at the top of the form, which is verboten, but it still happens. And if you do anything like that, please, you are required to remove the copyright at the bottom of the form, because it's no longer our form, it's now your form. And we don't want to be implicated in anything that may or may not be proper, because our forms have been legally vetted. And your form, after you take the language and modify it, will not be. So.
Yep. And we will be doing some training videos, and we will roll the forms out, both the vacant land and the buy-sell for homes, for residential, out before the end of the year, so that we can phase out the old forms and keep the updated forms. So be aware that we've got some training coming up. We're going to do Q&A sessions. We're going to actually explain how to correctly fill out a contract.
Right. So, and it has expanded. I think the old form was 5 pages. The new one is 7.
Yep.
That's just all part of the requirement that's out there anymore. And so, yes, if you have any questions about it, feel free to call in here to the office. You can reach out to a board member, or you can reach out to anybody on the forms committee.
Yes.
You can find those people on the website. They're all listed out there since we reactivated the forms committee.
Yes, great job, Megan Luce and team.
Ballpark and Brew.
That was a great success.
Yes.
It was a beautiful day.
Yeah, it was great. A little windy.
It was comfortable.
It was comfortable.
I'm not complaining about the weather.
It was a great day, and everybody had a wonderful time.
But we are going to switch it up.
We are.
We are going back to Haggerty Center next spring
in
for
May.
strawberries and toast.
Yes. So for those of you who lament the fact that strawberries and toast, we haven't done that for quite a while now, because if you count the pandemic years when we weren't doing anything, it might be like 5 years ago since we've done one of those. Haggerty has finally opened itself up for us to be able to do this. And so next spring, we will do the Haggerty Center with the affiliates and the breakfast and the whole bit. And for those of you who are new and you don't understand what strawberries and toast, where the name comes from, is it's not about the French toast that we serve. It's about, we have non-alcoholic sparkling juice there to represent champagne, I guess, and they put a strawberry in it. So strawberry and toast is where the name comes from, and that was established long before I got here, and people seem to connect to it. So there it is.
Yeah, it'll be nice to be back at the Haggerty Center.
It'll be nice to be back at the Haggerty Center. And again, for those of you who have joined this association since the last time we did it, it's always a great turnout, and you get free breakfast or brunch or however you want to say it. And so, yeah.
And by the time they're seeing this video, our dues billing will be already out.
Yes. So July 1st, dues billing goes out. You'll see this video just afterwards.
Make sure you get your dues back in
before August 1st.
Before August 1st.
Or there's a late fee for that, so try to adjust that. And you know, one of the things that we did do at the board meeting is we did approve a surcharge for people using credit cards and debit cards. It's supposed to be 3.5%. We are looking to cover the cost, the unplanned cost of paying the credit card companies for the privilege of using credit and debit cards, and also some of the fees that we get from the bank for check cashing and that sort of thing. It may be a surcharge. We're working with the credit card company right now that does the processing. It may not happen during the dues billing. We may end up with just a small fee going forward, and the board is going to take this back in after we've gotten some more information and figure out the best way to do it. It's really tough to do it inside of our association management system. But Growzone
is a great system.
It's a great system, and not every system can do everything that you want. So we're trying to work with them to establish this. But just so you know, that going forward, there will be a way for us to try to recover that money that we put out, and it's substantial. It's been $10,000 to $12,000 in fees, and it's going up.
It's been something that those of us that have been in the secretary treasurer position, have every year kind of said, why?
Yes.
And so the board this year has chosen to actually take an initiative on figuring out how to offset that at this point.
And let me just say that if anybody has anything they'd like to comment on about that, you'll have to come to the August meeting.
Yep.
Because we are not doing a July board meeting, which is kind of historical. That's what we typically do. So hold your thoughts, and you are more than welcome to come to any board meeting and let the board know your position on any issue, for that matter.
And our next board meeting is the day after the golf outing.
That's
so it'll
right.
be August 25th.
Yeah, so you guys will be dragging in here after you've spent the whole day out there carrying on the golf course, and I'll just be sitting there going, I don't understand why you're all so tired.
It's okay.
That's okay. All right.
It's okay.
Do we have anything else?
I think that's it.
I do too.
I think that's it for now.
I'm kind of looking forward to July 4th holiday.
Yeah, have a great, safe July 4th.
God, yeah.
Keep your pets inside. Turn on the air conditioning. Shut all the windows.
Remember, don't handle the fireworks. Just light them up and run away. So.
And always be safe.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Enjoy Cherry Fest. Thunderbirds are in town.
Thunderbirds are in town. So we hope to see you with all of your digits when we return. So take care, and thank you very much.